Hey, what's up guys? We're back again with a new Giant Skeleton Balloon deck that's been blasting its way to rank 36 in the world. With Balloon, a fast cycle of evolved bats, and Giant Skeleton, this deck has explosive offense. So when you pull away little princes that are intending to counter your big balloon brigade with your fishermen, snowball away their anti-air, or snipe high damage range units or important structures with your miner, that's all it takes to make an opportunity for your win conditions to take complete control of the match. Because after bashing and crashing down your opponent's towers, you're going to be sitting back on defense with Giant Skeletons and Fishermen, snowballing back your opponent's units while the Hunter deletes everything. Opponents will have to run out of the match or run right into a brick wall. It's time to blast away with Giant Skeleton Balloon to reach higher ranks and assert dominance. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you never miss out on any of the daily videos. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the high effort videos possible. Yo Zoe, you finished 291 in the world. So we're gonna go out of this world play with the evolved bats as soon as possible. You guys already know they are very broken. But I can't break down his tower unless I can assassinate that archer. So we're gonna get that miner up close and personal, and the bats will lock onto the tower, forcing that tornado. Oh, does it die? No. I really wanted that miner to die so we didn't activate King Tower, but with the archer and the tornado out of cycle, I want to go in for a balloon. Oh, he's gonna have an electro giant deck. He doesn't have tornado. That means I can galvanize my defense with the fisherman. And the little prince is locking onto the wrong thing here too. I could snowball for more damage, but I don't want to be too aggressive. I wanted to guarantee we could afford the fisherman in time. That's good. And then we can still afford a defense against the little prince. Instead of being stupid and going in for the goblins immediately, I'm going to go for my bats that he can't finesse with his guardian ability. Also, he lost everything in the right-hand side. That was lights out defense. The bad thing about this matchup is the guy is going to have a stupendously stupid amount of answers to our air spam. If we decide to go balloon, he's going to have little prince, evolved archers, cannon, and tornado. Half of his deck counters my balloon. So we need to break through when we can and do a lot of damage in single elixir, usually. So that's what our game plan is. Fortunately, we've activated King Tower. Unfortunately, against an Electro Giant player that's top 300 in the world, we have a level 14 Hunter. Hunter, you got to accomplish the impossible today. I expect big things out of you, boy.
Are you serious right now, bro?
I'm going to go for a miner here, and then we can maybe even go for a snowball if we wanted, but we want to just kill the archer. We're going to take some damage from the archer on the other side. We do have evolved bats, but that's not necessarily something that I want to work with. Also, Fisherman is an underrated counter against the Little Prince. If they click the Little Prince ability, watch what happens. You still yoink the Little Prince, and then you go and finish off the Guardian with the Fisherman afterward too. It's cool. You don't even need to drop the Goblins there, but I wanted our Fisherman to be healthy. I think our opponent's going to go Electro Giant, and that's of course what he does. Ooh, how are we going to kill that? Well, Hunter, you are literally our only option available. You might suck at the task, but hopefully you don't suck super hard. We're going for a Fisherman here to go and pull the Electro Giant back and then build up an offensive play afterward. This is our push. It has to work now. It is now or never, my dudes. We are going to go for a snowball to go and push back his stuff, maybe. Oh, it's not. I mean, I'm going to do it, but Little Prince is still going to be a menace. Still going to be a problem. We're trying to get some tower chip damage here, and we can maybe go in for a miner to snipe the Little Prince eventually. There is that. Now we can go in for goblins to go and kill the barbarian. And then we can go fisherman to go and pull the electro giant to the other side. I don't think he tornadoes that. That would be really dumb. Thankfully, he did that. He fell for our trap card. We might be able to make a play here. We've got a giant skeleton. We've got evolved bats. This is our only opportunity. This is where it has to happen. So maybe we can snipe a little prince with our miner or evolved archers or something. I don't know. I would love to see something. All right, we're gonna snowball. Hopefully we can knock those archers away. Please, balloon, just lock onto the tower. Oh my gosh, it didn't even hit the tower. This is awesome. I love it. It does give us a little bit of death damage. We're gonna go balloon again, and we're gonna say hi to the archers with our bats, maybe, hopefully. I just don't want to die. I have simple needs out here. We're gonna miner and have the giant skeleton tank for a little bit. Oh man, it's not gonna be enough unless the balloon just gives us more death damage, which isn't going to happen, right? Yeah, of course not. That would make life too easy. So we're gonna go in for a giant skeleton, keep up the pressure, go in for another balloon at the river, and then just hold our fisherman because we need to. We cycle the fisherman, we're dead. We need him to tornado this, so then he doesn't have the tornado against the fisherman, so then they can't go for an aggressive play. Oh my gosh. Tornadoing again. Please, just let the death damage happen. I really want it. Please? Okay, we got it. 250. That should be enough for us to go in for a defense here with a giant skeleton, goblins, and then possibly like another fisherman here after we go in for bats. I think that we're okay. He's going to lightning on the fisherman, but he doesn't hit it. Oh, let's go. We win. Hell yeah, man. Oh, that is such a horrible matchup, and I'm so happy we won it, despite having the worst card underleveled for that matchup. If the Hunter was level 15, it wouldn't even be slightly as scary. But matching into an Electro Giant counter with half of a deck built to beat our balloon and still winning against a top 300 player feels extraordinary. After powering down Electro Giant, we've powered up to 1,900 in the world. Yo, we gotta give me another Sir. What's up, man? We're dropping a good luck, and we're gonna wait and see if you want to spam me. Generally, going in for goblins at the start is a play that's pretty unoffensive. He can't do much about it. Maybe he'll log, and we'll get some information on what he's going to be playing. We'll go bats in the back when we see a goblin gang. It looks like it could be a log bait deck. I think it's going to be some semblance of bait. So I'm going to cycle my giant skeleton in the back, and looks like we are actually matching into exactly what we anticipated. Giant snowball propels back the goblins, minimizes the amount of damage he gets, and also +1 elixir trade, which we need when we catapult a 6 elixir investment like a giant skeleton in the back there. So if we can latch our way onto the Inferno Tower, we'll probably bait out a rocket if we go in for a balloon. So I'm hoping that the Inferno Tower dies, but obviously at this skill level, they're going to protect the Inferno Tower so then they stay a little bit safer for a longer period of time. It's smart for him to go for the Ice Spirit for that safety net. I'm going to go in for a Hunter here, try to get some extra value, but I think the Inferno Tower decays the Hunter. There's no way. Hunter, if you were level 15, you would have given me that shot, but no shot here. All right, let's go for a miner plus bats and then go in for goblins on defense. When he goes goblin barrel, we have to snowball it. It's the only way of killing those goblins without damage. All right, what are we going to do? We're going to get princess too. Wow, those bats put in wild work. I wasn't ready for that. Go for a fisherman here so the princess locks onto that instead of our tower. And we can preserve everything with that fisherman. I think the fisherman does fully finish off the princess, even if he decides to go in for some aggressive play like a goblin gang. I think he's slightly overcommitted with that, not going to lie. You don't want to go for an Inferno Tower on top of this at all, but you might have to. We're going to go for an Evolved Bats and then body block the Inferno Tower. If he decides to do that, he might just lose. He's not going to be able to go for a Princess because, well, he would lose to the Giant Skeleton. If he goes in for an Ice Spirit, he's still screwed. So this is one of those moments where you see a Goblin Barrel coming at your tower and you're like, you're down 3 elixir and you have to deal with an Evolved card. Evolved cards make sure that you have to spend more elixir than me, and if you're down elixir, you're 100% dead.
A few dominance is asserted later.
And with this dominant display, we've cemented our title as the superior Sir. It's cool to unleash creativity with this deck, going for Evolved Bats plus Miner, or Giant Skeleton plus Evolved Bats. You don't have to fully focus on only winning with Balloon. There's a lot of other card combinations that this deck has to take towers. And we've got a bit higher to 1,600 in the world. So despite Flame having a dysfunctional clan, he was able to finish 923 in the world. So I think that the dysfunctional clan might just be a mind game, my man. Also, log Ice Spirit Cannon. Oh, you'd have to be a cycle deck player. So playing against cycle decks means that I can't do much right now. I just want to play passive until we finish like the Royal Hogs or Hog Rider off, and he's going to have Hogs. Let's try to pull the outside Piggy. Nice. If it targeted the weaker Piggy, we wouldn't have been able to activate King Tower there. Obviously, the Fisherman would have pulled a Pig that would have basically been dead, and then the King Tower would have been like, yo, why are you pulling this? So you can't wake me up with that. That's not something worth my time. I'm not going to take a look at that, man. All right, he's going to delivery. This is a dumb bats most of the time, unless he doesn't delivery. Yeah, there's the delivery. Ooh, wait, this is kind of good. Let's go in for a balloon because the delivery's out of cycle, and he wasted his Ice Spirit, so he's going to have to go cannon, and he's also going to have to drop his Little Prince. I think this is worthwhile for us to go and snowball on top of the Little Prince. And then, oh man, I just want death damage, bare minimum. I was hoping for a hit, but after seeing another Ice Spirit, because he realized the gravity of the situation, he wasn't going to let that happen. All right, we're going to go bats and goblins. He could log, so that's why we had to drop our bats as well. We have to like over defend that like crazy. We're going to go in for a miner here with the 1 goblin and bats.
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
Going to go for another delivery. We could go in for a balloon on the left-hand side. He could cannon on this, but I can also snowball and then break through the cannon with 1 balloon shot. This will be worth it if I do it at the right timing because he's not going to be back to his Little Prince. Ice Spirit plus cannon is not going to be enough. That's going to be some real tough stuff for you, dude. Here's the thing. He's going to realize that he's going to take 2 shots, and then he's like, dude, I can't let that happen. I'm going to go all in against you. So he's going to spam a lot of elixir soon. Wait, we can Fisherman, Giant Skeleton, and then an Evolved Bats. I think that's going to be okay. Maybe. Oh, did we just lose against the Skeletons? We might have just been screwed against Skeletons. I don't think I can stop those. Even if I go in for a Giant Snowball, that might not be enough. Oh my gosh. Let's go. We're not dead. Wait, the Guardian. Oh my gosh. That Guardian popped off. That was crazy. I hate it. All right. We're going to go in for evolved bats on the right-hand side. We only have 2 of them, but that might be enough to tango with the tower. He's responding to it eventually, but oh my gosh, this game's crazy. Really, really wild stuff. Not loving our situation anymore. We have to go in for like a snowball and then goblins, and I'm pretty confident that we're screwed. But maybe we can still make something happen. I'm going to go in for a giant skeleton on the other side. I'm going to go in for a miner. I'm going to go in for bats, and I have to unveil everything I have. We need him to not be able to go and counter this with skeletons, but unfortunately, that is a reality that we must face. Evolved skeletons are very broken, and for 1 elixir, you can completely cannibalize a giant skeleton. Very fun match. It was a dynamic game, but unfortunately, our flame got extinguished, and we got voted off the island. GG and well played to this top 1000 player. We'll bounce on to the next game and see if we can make a comeback there. Hey, what's up, Talio? What's going on, brother? So first things first, we're gonna go for bats in the back to speedrun that evolution. You already know. The one bad thing about our deck is we have literally no way of leveling up our little hunter boy. He's gonna be chilling there at level 14, so he will die to fireballs if our opponent decides to drop them. I think if we go for a giant skeleton here, we got to go for a hunter on the right-hand side as our main damage potential. And then, of course, we're in a giant snowball to knock back the pigs so we don't take a disastrous amount of damage. The good thing about Hunter is even if he is under-leveled, as long as the opponent doesn't have Fireball, he's still going to give you decent interactions. Also, the giant skeleton bomb is going to knock back the Little Prince. So even though the Little Prince would do a lot of damage there, the knockback would disintegrate it and also allow it to just stop its insane ramp-up of its attack speed. So we're in a good spot, all things considered. Currently up 200 damage, and we've got 1 cycle of the Bat's evolution. Also, we know that our opponent is going to be heavily relying on Little Prince as his anti-air answer to our balloon. So I'm excited to see if that's going to work out well for us, but I want to go for bats here, or no. Let's go giant skeleton first. Goblin's not going to lock on the tower, unfortunately. We do bait out skeletons to the Little Prince. Little Prince out of cycle is what we want to see, because then we can go and bombard him with the balloon. A lot of times they'll go in for like earthquakes or prelogs, so it's important to be able to have that ability to go in for bats and feel good about yourself. I'm going to go for a fisherman here. I could have also maybe activated King Tower, but another cool thing that we can do is we can have the fisherman tank for the bats so we can bait out another small spell. So our strategy here is to go balloon miner and then maybe giant snowball on a cannon or something. He decides to go cannon or bomb tower. Yeah, he's going to go cannon. That's good because now we're able to one-tap the cannon without any worries. He's going to go for evolved skeletons. That's not going to be enough. The balloon should at least bare minimum give us death damage on the tower, but I think it gives us a shot. That's superb. Those skeletons out of cycle were wasted. He had to drop them though. He had no other opportunity to defend. If he didn't drop the skeletons, he wouldn't have been able to cycle to the Little Prince in time, and then he would have lost his tower.
So I love putting our opponent in a position where they're screwed like that.
Also, maybe I can get his Royal Delivery out of cycle so then we can bombard him with evolved bats. Because I don't think he's got a good answer to them. Alright, I hate this, but I'm going to go for a hunter after possibly activating King Tower with that little pig. Yes, sir! That's the fairy tale that we love to see. The piggy's working for me. And also on top of that, giant skeleton locks onto the tower. Wait, we can go balloon miner? And then we can go for evolved bats on the right-hand side because I think that we're going to be able to kill the Little Prince. And then I'm pretty confident that if we giant snowball, we should be fine against this. If we slow down the tower, then we might be able to get a couple balloon shots. The evolved bats are on the tower on the right-hand side too. No freaking way. We can go for a fisherman and just engage in full-out offensive play. This might be good. If we can go for a giant skeleton, the balloon is going to put in so much work on the left-hand side that now we can go in for a miner after the giant skeleton starts to tank. The fisherman was doing so much damage on the right as well. This guy's tower might be out of his sight on both sides. That's insane. The monumentous pressure that we were able to mount is just crazy because most of the time when you're playing against Rail Hogs with Little Prince in a 3-card cycle, you're not going to get that much room to breathe with their constant piggy pressure. But we were floating high in the air with our balloon without a care. And that win flew us all the way up to 905 in the world. So we got a game against Brian from the Low Gravity Clan, and I feel like he's not going to be ready for our level of altitude with the balloon. Unfortunately, I'm pretty confident the Hunter isn't going to give us massive value against the Royal Giant. Just looking at the level 14 versus level 15 just doesn't feel right, you know? Anyway, it be what it be. We do shut down the Royal Giant. We also collapse on the Fisherman as well. Oh, you know what? Not trash. I thought it was going to be tragically terrible. But we salvaged the situation. Now we can go Giant Skeleton in the back because we're up a comfortable amount of elixir. I could go Balloon Giant Skeleton because we know he's not going to have Fisherman in cycle. He's not going to activate King Tower with this Giant Skeleton. But he could fast cycle back to it. I hate the fact that he's got a Phoenix, by the way. Going right into this is aggressive, but that's the way that we're going to play. Also, Goblins are going to be able to kill the rest of the Barb, and then he's going to Fireball me. All right, you know what? Giant Skeleton's going to explode. It's not going to be able to kill the Phoenix, and it's not going to be able to push it back fast enough, but it be what it be. So, how are we going to play this? I guess we go in for a Fisherman here to finish off the Ghost, tank for the Phoenix, and then go in for Bats plus Miner. Question mark? Is this going to work? We still have the fisherman alive on his last leg. If this locks onto the tower, it could be hilarious. Fish boy, do it. Yes, sir. That's what we call a fish slap. X2, X3. That was awesome. Y'all might have not thought the fisherman could have been such an aggressive card, but he's built different on defense and offense. Oh, this is not good. This is really looking bad. I don't like this. I really am not a fan of how this is going. So we're going to go for a fisherman, pull the Royal Giant away, and maybe not lose the game. Possibly not lose the game to this RG. Maybe we can kill the Phoenix with the Giant Skeleton Bomb. Things are going okay. They're not going great, obviously, but we would love for that to happen eventually. If we can go bats and not get fireball, that would be awesome as well. Please don't fireball me. Oh, well, that's not a fireball. That's worse. I'm happy. I'm always happy playing against these decks. Oh, I'm so screwed right now. Is there any chance? I mean, if we go like Giant Skeleton, we go Balloon, it could be funny. So let's try that. Giant Skeleton, Balloon, and then go in for Evolve Bats on the Phoenix. Hopefully he doesn't fireball and everything at once. We'll have to wait and see. Okay, he's going to miss some of the fireball, and the Balloon's going to go on the tower. Yo, wait, we are cooking right now. We are a certified savage with the cook. We can go in for possible goblins here after the explosion. Then we can go in for a Giant Skeleton here at the river. And then maybe there's a universe where we can pull his Royal Giant back. Like if we go in for this fisherman, and then we go in for like, everything at the river. Can we just kill the Royal Giant before shot? No way! It actually worked! Oh my goodness! How did that Royal Giant not hit my tower? I have no expectations for that to happen, and it worked out so well. And there's only one reasonable explanation. The low gravity clan simply couldn't hang with the high altitude of the balloon. My man got lost in space while we claimed this match as our place. And with that ridiculous win, we've roamed our way up to 717 in the world. Like, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an incredible rest of your day.